story about her father's experience working in a plantation owner's home. Esther Nome, who was a slave, discovers a growing interest in architecture through exploring the house, which is called the Big Hutch. There is a purposeful focus on Esther Nome's site throughout the two passages. The progression exhibits the increasing agency Esther Nome gains over his ability to see. The increase in agency also leads to an increase in the power Esther Nome's ability to see holds. By the end of the last passage, Esther Nome's perception of the Big Hutch is so powerful that it, quote, determined the course of his life, his destiny, and finally mine, end quote. Through gaining power and agency over his site, Esther Nome asserts his humanity through his love of architecture. As a slave, Esther Nome has very little humanity and agency at the beginning of the first passage. He works in the Big Hutch doing little odd jobs that no one particularly cares about or appreciates. The jobs include things like a, quote, roach crusher, a rat trapper, or guard against the visiting snakes of the outbuildings, end quote. These are jobs that read as particularly degrading because they involve running after nasty creatures. Esther Nome, quote, was also expert in occupations rewarded by nobody, end quote, and, quote, teller of silly tales, which of course no kind of history keeps track of, end quote. His sight in this moment is very much powerless. There's a clear emphasis on how little Esther Nome matters as a person through his unpleasant duties, even though he is living in the house and not outside working himself to death in fields like other slaves. As a slave, his agency and therefore his humanity are absent in the eyes of the plantation owner and his family. Esther